such a long time. Please put your hands together for Shri Prabhu Chawla. And it's time for Tikhi Baat Prabhu ke saath.
इधर टाइम लगा दो तो टाइम लगता है जब sorry
So can I help you with something?
nothing I only want some warm water I think it will not be inappropriate to call good morning to boys and girls because all of you are boys and girls. I don't think anybody older than boys and girls are sitting here. So I welcome the young generation which is going to run this country in the years to come. Because I am history, they are present, you are the future. The future I am going to address today and do little tikhi baat with them because the young generation is a little difficult to understand these days. I have been in journalism for the last 35 years. I have taught in a college when I was only just 19 and a half. I did my post-graduation from Delhi School of Economics when I was 19 and a half, joined lecturership about 20. So 20-year-old, I was teaching almost students who were of my age at that point of time. So I have seen the generational changes. Before I go back to my history and my past and my present, I really thank Mr. Garg for inviting me here. Mrs. Garg, Colonel Raghavendra Singh and Professor Agarwal, I don't know why they thought of me because I am not a politician. I had political ambition which I left when I joined journalism. I wanted to become a leader but ended up becoming a journalist. I have harassed many politicians. They have harassed me as well. But ultimately I survived, they haven't. So that's my best luck, my good luck. But I thought of the institute because they are calling me, I was impressed because I am impressed with one thing, that I have not met a person who is not running a business and also running educational institutions. For most of the corporate houses, education has become a business. Mr. Garg, I am told, doesn't run any other business. Both Mr. and Mrs. Garg are educationists by training. They are committed to education, which is a rare combination. You are all lucky to have them here. Having said this, Mr. Garg raised a very fundamental question. What do you mean by power in politics? I am not talking about power of the electricity, which also gives you currents most of the time. I am talking about power which flows from politics. I must admit how I came into journalism because it was lust for power and money. If somebody tells me that I joined journalism because I want to change the society, no, I will not mislead you. I came into journalism because I got more money. I could talk to the chief minister, I could talk to the minister, I could talk to various senior bureaucrats who would not listen to a lecturer. If lecturer calls any minister's office, you will not get a return call for months. So I was from a family which was lower middle class, living in Transjamna area in one bedroom apartment without bathroom. I was the only one of the three brothers who got MA degree, others did not. So there was some kind of a competitive spirit myself. Well, I am talking because it doesn't matter whether you are born in a good family or a bad family. Because now you have the advantage that you have got information, you have got good family, you have got good parents who look after your education. My father could not look after my education because he didn't have the money. And my generation, my son, when he passed out college, he wanted a car, he wanted a motorbike first. I said, beta, I never had a cycle even. You want to have a car now, you want to have, because you think your father is earning more money, because after working hard for so many years, I get some money, but money is also meant for building a house, getting the younger sister married, which I did. He said, Papa, meri galti kya hai if your father didn't have the money? So that's the attitude of a younger generation. I am saying it is not good or bad, but I am saying how the aspirations of the younger society have changed. So when I joined journalism, I was asked by my editor-in-chief, the Arun Puri, owner of that. I was a lecturer. He saw my some articles in some of the newspapers. He called me once, found my number from somewhere. I didn't have the phone at home. I don't know. He got into college and got me there. I went and met him. He said, I want you to join journalism. I said, I have not gone to any good college. I have not gone to St. Stephen College. I have not gone to Hindu College. I have not gone to modern school. I have not gone to any good school. I may not be able to give you correct English even at this stage of point. He said, but I have seen your articles which are full of information. I said, yes, they are full of information because I am researcher by nature, because I am a teacher. Therefore, I do more research. He said, join kar lo. When I go, why should I join you? Because I am safe. I don't go to the college because by that time I was a semi-politician in university because I was active in Delhi University politics, teacher, student union. I said, I don't go to the college but I get my salary every month. You will ask me to come every day, write story and then give me money. If I don't write the story, you will sack me next day. He said, but that's the risk you have to take. Okay, I will take the risk. How much money you will give me? Because I had a younger sister to get married. I am giving this example because at every stage of life, there are certain examples, certain turning points which change the course of your history. And there comes the power and politics in that. I said, yes, I will. I said, okay, I will join you, only let me have a chance of writing on freelance basis. He said, okay. 77, I started writing for them. So what was I earning? I was getting one salary from the college, second salary from Mr. Arun Puri on article basis. So I could earn enough to get my sister married. Once my sister was married, I told him, okay, I am willing to take risk now. Because I am leaving a permanent job to join a temporary job, means where you can be sacked any day. But give me this much X amount of salary. He gave me the money, he was kind enough to give the money. Perhaps at that time I was the highest paid correspondent in the country, which was a small amount, 4,000 rupees in 1978. Then he said, why do you want to join journalism? Being a lecturer, being a semi-politician, I was a little more blunt with him. I said, I want to replace you. He said, what? I am the owner of the company. You want to replace me? I said, you would not like to stay at one place. You want to grow or not? Or you want to remain in editor-in-chief forever? If you don't leave one post, my principle in life has been that I must become redundant in the post I am working. If I want to grow. If I hold on the same post which I am holding on, then I cannot grow because I will not let the people working under me to grow up because I am not vacating the seat. Unless I grow, they won't grow. And if I am sticking to the same post, I am not growing. It means I am selfish, I am not qualified to become bigger than what I am. I said, Mr. Puri, you would also like to give up editorship one day? So I was the first editor of India Today who was not a Puri. So I became in 1997 editor of India Today, joined as the correspondent in 1978. I went back to Indian Express. I was editor of Undivided Indian Express. Now Indian Express divided in two brothers. One is the New Indian Express, which I am now the editorial director. Another is one Indian Express which is published from Delhi. We publish Sunday Standard every day from Delhi because we cannot publish from Delhi. The point I am trying to make is that your mission should be well defined, focused, and you should not feel inferior in yourself. If I have no bathroom in my house, it didn't bother me. If I had to go by bus to the college to teach students, it didn't bother me. So you may have to look down, you may not look up. You look up for reaching there, but don't forget that there are people below you as well. So when I am talking about power in politics, because that is the issue when I started becoming journalist, again the issue was this. First, I was coming to settle some scores with the society. I am very frank with you. Because I did not go to a good school, I did not go to a good college. There were people in English journalism who were better qualified, who come from a good family because they were born in a good family. I am giving you an example, something else where we will come back. What is the importance of a family? We had a minister, his name was Arjun Singh. All of you must have heard. He was the Education Minister of India, HRD Minister. His father was a minister in Madhya Pradesh, not minister, chief engineer. He was sent to jail for taking bribe. When there was a debate happening in the state of Madhya Pradesh Assembly in 1986, he was leader of the opposition. Debate was happening about corruption in the BJP government. At that time, BJP government was there in power around that period. He was attacking the BJP government, he was attacking back on them. Patwa, who was the chief minister of Madhya Pradesh, he gave a reply back, Mr. Arjun Singh, आपकी क्या है औकात जो आप करप्शन के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, आपके पिताजी तो जेल में गए थे करप्शन के लिए. The reply which came from Arjun Singh, he was a good friend of mine. He listened to the debate for 45 minutes, attack on him, but he stood and said, which kept the BJP benches totally quiet. He said, पतवा जी, मेरी किस्मत अच्छी नहीं थी कि मैं अपने पेरेंट्स को पैदा होने से पहले खुद चुन लेता, आपकी होगी. So this is why you should be defended about your pedigree. I am what I am. Yes, I am a son of so and so. I am proud of that. I am a daughter of so and so. I am proud of that. But they have given me a place in the society. They have given me good education. They have given me manners. They have given me system. They have given me all sorts of things. But rest I have to do myself. So that was the spirit in which I was working. That I have to achieve something which my people working in the family could not achieve. I must become famous. I must become aggressive. I should not compromise with my principles. I must negotiate my salary with my proprietors, not with outsider, with the journalists most of the do. That is हम बदनाम है इसलिए कि लोग शराब पिलाओ जो मर्जी लिखवा लीजिए. जब मैंने जर्नलिज्म ज्वाइन किया था तो wow I took. Because in the college, when you are young, you do all sorts of activities. All of you do it, we did it. So there was nothing to hide about it. खूब शराब पी, खूब दंगा किया, खूब लोगों को छेड़ा, बसों में पिटाई भी की लोगों ने हमारी. But that was part of life. पर सवाल ये है कि you should do what you have to achieve. So I decided, okay, I will stop drinking. The day I joined journalism in 1978, that was the last day when I drank. I stopped drinking it. Now I offer drinks to others, I don't drink myself. So nobody can say because I have written this and this, because शराब पिला के जर्नलिस्ट से जो मर्जी लिखवा लीजिए, जो मर्जी छपवा लीजिए, that is the image even now being created about paid news and what not. That is one thing I did. Then I went after everybody. Story करनी है, क्यों करनी है? Because person above me in the magazine, he had gone to St. Stephen College, he had gone to Oxford, he was into Doon School. मैंने कहा इनको सिखाऊंगा लेसन में. तुम्हारे को अंग्रेजी अच्छी आती है, खाना अच्छा था, स्पून और फोक से अच्छा खा लेते हो, मैं नहीं खा सकता, मैं तो हाथ से ही खाता हूँ. But I can survive because I can give you a better story, which has information, which can create problem in the society. तो एक स्टोरी सबसे पहले मैंने आकर के की इंडिया टुडे के अंदर, विच इज द एग्जांपल ऑफ दैट काइंड ऑफ जर्नलिज्म. इन 1979 मिस्टर रामपुरी डिसाइडेड टू सेंड मी ऑन ए स्पॉन्सर्ड ट्रिप. फूड कॉर्पोरेशन ऑफ इंडिया, यू नो ऑल अबाउट इट. they procure food and keep in some rotten places. Even now after 79 and 2012 difference, what is the difference 30-40 years later? In 79, he asked me to go on a FCI sponsored trip to study, write about how they procure so much of food, grains and keep them. It was a more a publicity story. I was told to go to Bombay, from Bombay to Bhuj, where they had a big, near the sea, they had a big store. मेरे को बोला चले जाओ. First time I entered the plane, I never flew in a plane. अब प्लेन में कैसे घुसे, चलो घुसेड़ दिया उन्होंने हमारे को. Then from there they took me to Taj Hotel in Mumbai. मुंबई में क्योंकि जनरल मैनेजर उनके साथ में थे, they took me there along with 2 other journalists who had gone from Delhi. We were treated very well. खाना दिया. I didn't know how to eat that in a 5-star hotel. They were all drinking. I was not drinking. So I said, what is this nonsense going on? In our name they are drinking, they are enjoying. Taj Hotel, such an expensive place, I didn't know how to sit there because I didn't know how to handle that situation. Anyway, I did it. Learned by process. Then they took us to Bhuj. In the morning, usual walk, I woke up with my photographer, went along, I saw entire wheat lying in the rain. I took the picture, came back in Delhi and wrote the story that is a rotten state of food culture of India. Two other journalists who had gone with me, they wrote what a great job they are doing. I wrote what I saw. The chairman of the Food Council of India, who was an IAS officer, wrote back to my editor-in-chief, Mr. Puri, that what kind of nonsense is this? It's unethical. We took him to this place and he has come back and write another story. Mr. Puri asked me, I said, that is what you told me to write a story. You didn't tell me what to write. And you published it. He said, well done. He wrote back to them, what is the cost of which you have spent on Mr. Chawla? We'll write the check and give it back to you. That was the support I got from that. That was the power of the media. And there was no politics in this. Then after that, Gyani Jal Singh became the President of India. He was Home Minister. I was the first person to interview him. I chased him. The picture is still in India today, where he is hugging me, telling my boss that I want Prabhu Chawla to join the CBI investigative. He should join the team. I said, ज्ञानी जी मेरे को क्या अभी तो नौकरी से निकलवाने वाले हो, CBI में इंस्पेक्टर बन जाऊँ या तो एडिटर बनना है मेरे को. So this is what I am talking about. When you talk about power, doesn't mean power to misuse. Power means how to empower your own talents to get the best out of the system. Power can be anything. It can't be defined. Power can be your faculties, your understanding of the subject, your eagerness to get more and more information. As somebody wrote, some book is there, information is power. There's a book, famous book, I don't know whether you read it often. So these are the example which are going to Prime Minister of the country, for example, sometimes doesn't know what is happening around him or in his own country. He may be the most powerful person in the country, but he doesn't have the power of information. Mr. Narasimha Rao, who is the Prime Minister, I have covered 11 Prime Minister, 12 Prime Minister in this country, about 70, 80 Chief Minister during my last year. I have seen everybody how they perform. I am telling you what kind of power they enjoy. Narasimha Rao called me at his house and he became the Prime Minister. Prabhu tell me, he was a good friend of mine earlier, because I too used to finger him every time. But he wouldn't bother, because these politicians, they get angry if you write against them. But those politicians were there, if you write against them, if you are not mischievous, you are factually not incorrect, they will respect you for that. He called me about TV, this TV journalism is going on, everybody is attacking TV journalists these days. He called me, Prabhu, ये जो स्टार न्यूज आता है यहाँ पर, that time 1994 there was Star News used to come here. NDTV used to run the English channel, the news also. He said, ये कैसे आ गया हिंदुस्तान में? Okay, you are the Prime Minister, why are you asking me? He said, फाइल में कोई परमिशन नहीं है, ये कैसे आ गया? मैं क्या स्टार न्यूज कैसे आया? हवा में उड़ के आ गया वो नीचे. Because you have no rules. You should ask me how you allowed them to come, because they are downloading here. Because they were not allowed to download directly. They were taking the cassette from here, transmitting to Singapore or Hong Kong, from there sending it back. Even the most powerful person doesn't have the information to change its policy. It may be power for him. He knew his politics better, because the government was in minority. He knew how to buy one MP, second MP. He became the first Prime Minister to be convicted by a court for paying bribes to the MPs. Later on he was acquitted also by the same court. So when we talk about power and politics, I will lay down the four fundamental issues that you must say, which I framed for myself, nobody taught me this, that you must understand what. Because there are W's which are more important in your career. As Mr. Garg asked me the question, how it impacts you, power and politics. If Mukesh Ambani is accused by Arvind Kejriwal of appointing the Petroleum Minister of India, he is not totally off the mark.
Because I have seen for the last 20 years about 12 petroleum ministers have been changed because of corporate politics. 5 finance ministers have been changed because of corporate politics. Others have been changed because of different things. There may be minority appeasement, there will be majority appeasement. Ultimately, it is always somebody has the power, he doesn't have the political power. So there was a joke about some people saying, somebody said, I owe the airline. Sheikh said, you owe the airline in India. He said, yes, I owe the airline. He says, owner of the airline is my employee. He said, forget it. I owe the entire India. Airline is one of them. So this is when this kind of language is talking about, when Arvind Kejriwal says, okay, petroleum minister is appointed by so and so. He is talking because there is somewhere some fire, therefore smoke is coming out. There can't be smoke without fire. So you must know when you are happening, when you are trying to use your information for what happens to you, because your career will be influenced by what is happening around you. You must have enough power to understand that. Because power is not only political power, power is not only money power, power is not only how many friends you have got, power is how much you know about everything which is happening around you. You should not be कुएं का मेंढक बैठ करके आप कड़कड़ सुनते रहे अपनी आवाज कोई. मेंढक अपनी आवाज खुद ही सुनता रहता है और कुछ नहीं है उसको पता. So you have to have power enough. So therefore I am saying you must ask the question, what is happening around me? If Arvind Kejriwal or Gadkari or Dr. Vadra, anybody is in the news, you must know what is the news. Unfortunately, all of you don't read newspapers. I am frankly speaking, if I ask, हाथ खड़े करने के लिए कहूँगा कि आप सुबह कितने लोग अखबार पढ़ते हैं, जरा खड़ा करिए कितने लोग अखबार पढ़ते हैं? Not even 20%. So I am not wrong. सुबह टीवी कितने लोग देखते हैं? When you come to office or to study, you don't have the information what is happening around you. Because I am interviewing people these days, getting a good journalist has become a nightmare for me. You ask them some question, they give some other answer. You may be bright because your aim is to get placement somewhere. कैंपस में लोग आएंगे, हमारे को 6 लाख देगा, कोई 9 लाख देगा, कोई 15 लाख देगा, खबर छपती है, हम लोग छापते हैं कि कैंपस में इतनी होगी. तो यू हैव बिकम द ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ ऑक्शन नाउ दीस डेज. आप लोगों की बोली लगती है कि एमबीए जो है वहां से IIMA का एमबीए जो है वो 60 लाख में बिका, IIMB का 70 लाख में बिका. तो दिस आर यू बीइंग सोल्ड एज ए कमोडिटी. So when you don't have the information, you have to be sold because you are given with only this kind of information, because you are being hired by paying that money to do certain things, so that the person who is hiring you at 90 lakh makes 2 crore rupees from you. If you don't give him 2 crore, you are out. Because you don't have any information other than what you have been taught in IIM A or B or C or D or F. You may be brilliant, you may be bookworms. As somebody said, she said, Mr. Garg is a man of words. I saw the profile. He seems to be a man of words of wisdom. You can speak non-stop, but you speak few words which have wisdom. You are mission clear. The problem is that you must know what. If you don't know what, you don't have power. And what means the entire thing. Whatever, Arvind Kejriwal may not be important for you. You may be interested in Dhoni. You may be interested even in caste or Karina married. Forget it. Most of them, I saw the Facebook, maximum hits were on his marriage. So you want to know Karina caste marriage, you must know not only what they were wearing, लहंगा कहाँ बना, कमीज कहाँ बनी, कपड़े कहाँ बने, शादी में कौन कौन आया. These are gossip things. Okay, you will enjoy it. हनीमून के लिए कहाँ गए, नहीं गए, ये सब gossip है. उनके लिए हनीमून की बात क्या है? also interested, I was interested at 66. The question is, this can be a must, these are only entertainment value, it doesn't give you any information, but you must know what does it mean in the entertainment industry. If you are a manager, I saw Economic Times have now created an index for entertainment people also. उनकी बोली लगेगी कि इसका इंडेक्स ऊपर चला गया, आज सफीना जो है 94 पॉइंट हो गई और करीना इतनी हो गई, इतना हो गया. But even in the event, there are social and economic messages. You must understand those messages. So therefore, any event you are interested in, you must have the full information about what. As a manager, if you are being given a target, you must understand what in that market. What is the market share of that product? Who are the leaders? What is their sales strategy? How did they start? Who are the promoters? Who are the leaders? Which is the agency? You have to have all this competitive information in your pocket. Means what of anything you want to do, that should be your first objective if you want to become powerful. I am talking about impact of power. It can be Mukesh Ambani power also. He is richest man in the country, in the 5th richest in the world. Not that he has created anything. He is a financial genius. Because nowhere in the world, any corporate house has got 5% of the GDP. You all understand? So you have dividend 5,000 crore rupees per year and on which you don't pay any tax. You become the richest person anyway. So you must know what is happening anywhere. Unless you are aware of the what, you cannot go to the next step. Because you are going with incomplete information even about Nitin Gadkari, whatever charges have been made, because you are a voter also. Because they are the people who have a different kind of power. That power will influence what you will have in future as a career. Because those who depend on the government for survival, then for them this power is also equally important. So if you don't know anything about Nitin Gadkari, you don't know anything about